Donald Trump's just absolutely most hardcore supporters across this country have always been quick to call for violence whenever something happens to him that they don't like, right? He lost the 2020 election, so they immediately got on their message boards and on their social media accounts and said, we got to stop the certification of the Electoral College, which of course led to the Capitol riot. When the FBI went down to Mar-a-Lago, they called for civil war. When Donald Trump was criminally charged over and over and over and over again, they called for violence. When he was convicted, they called for violence. So, following the shooting on Saturday, the calls for violence have, of course, reached a fever pitch. Here is a sampling compiled by Wired of some of the posts that Donald Trump's most ardent supporters have been posting since the events of Saturday. And just a warning here, I'm going to do my best to censor language where I can, but there is a lot of strong language and I don't know that I'm going to be able to really censor it all. Let me start with this. This was from the message board, The Donald. One user says, I guess they really do want war. And then another person responded to that and said, let's give it to them. And then another added on, I'm ready. This is my last damn straw. Civil effing war. I'm ready to be done with this effing shit from Democrats. Then another one on Facebook said this. They've been trying to take this guy out since he's been in office. Too bad for them. They missed probably their only shot at this failed attempt because they're about to really see what happens when you poke the bear for too long, i.e. true American patriots. F the DNC, F the rhinos, F the feds, and F the MSN, mainstream media. They should all be hung in the streets. On Telegram, this one. Laugh and smirk now, you leftists. See you next Tuesdays. But never effing forget, you will always reap what you sow. Another one on the Donald, the message board, wrote, War now. They don't want to live and let live. We need to finish what should have been done after the Civil War, eradicate and eliminate all Democrats and anyone who even thinks of being a Democrat. Another one wrote, I told my neighbor that if Trump had been killed, I would have pulled my kid out, quit my job, and started working on my wish list. Immediately at the rally, after the shots were fired and Trump was rushed off stage, this is what a person at the rally said, and this was picked up by Axios Media. Fake news, this is your fault. You're next. Your time is coming. All of these are calls for violence, calls for war, calls for death, whatever you want to call it. These are threats against the lives of the people on the left. Me, you, everybody else. I mean, this is insane. For the record, death threats are not a protected form of speech. That is something that I have researched just to double check. Death threats, threats of violence that make another person feel like their safety or security could be in danger are not protected forms of speech. So all of these posts that I have just read to you are in fact prosecutable. I mean, Wired took no time at all in finding all of these, and I guarantee you there's so many more that they didn't even put in here. But if these journalists can find them, so can law enforcement. And again, these are prosecutable statements. 100% prosecutable because this is not protected speech. If we're serious about bringing unity to this country following the events of Saturday, then the people out there making death threats against the left, they need to be apprehended. They need to be taken in. And I don't just want these people prosecuted. I want them analyzed by a psychiatrist, by a licensed mental health professional, because that's what they need. They don't just need to go be locked away. We need to get to the heart of why they're like this and try to fix that so that they can once again become productive members of society that don't have these homicidal fantasies kicking around in their head. That's what needs to happen. Legally speaking, that's what should happen and can happen. The question is, will it happen? And the answer is probably not. Hi, everyone. This here is little Athena. And Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet. So please, don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.